All right, so today I'm removing this On-Q 28-inch metal enclosure and replacing it with a Leviton 42-inch enclosure. So I started this a little bit late after I took this out, but it was fairly simple. Turn off the power, make sure that that the power is disconnected. I removed the receptacle from the bottom of the enclosure. Unscrewed all of, there was 2 screws in each side, so I can unscrew the enclosure. Pulled the enclosure out. I'm going to organize some of these wires and then pop the new one in. Alright, so like I said, the enclosure I'm using is a 42-inch Leviton. Since this is a 28-inch opening, I had to measure and I marked the area where I have to cut out the rest of the drywall. In order to do that, I'm going to try to use this here and we'll see how it goes. All right, sorry I didn't explain it, but this is a oscillating tool. You can get the attachments and everything at well, any hardware store, but I got this one at Harbor Freight because I don't really use it much, but it works great. I've used it a few times. All right, I've started it so far. It's working well. I do have to watch out for the power cord there, the electrical Romex, but I do have plenty of space, so I am aware of where that is. All right, and let's keep going. All right, I got that cut out, no problem. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this staple. I'm gonna lower it down here so that this isn't in the way when I wire up my receptacle. All right, so this is the media center that I'm using. Sorry, I forgot to take a video of this part, but these holes had these punch-ins on it. What I did was I basically on one side propped it up against something hard, hit it very hard with a hammer, they pop right out. Okay, so to install the outlet, I did the same thing there with that little tab there. I'm going to use a set of pliers and just twist it out. All right, that tab was there. I used these pliers here and twisted it forward. Came out very, very easily with almost no effort, no problem. All right, so now that I have all my holes cut out, I've got my wall cut out. Got the power here, try to keep it to the side. Obviously, I made sure the breaker was off first. Now I am starting to run these pre-existing cables through the holes so that I can get it into the wall and mount it in. All right, so now that I got this thing all in the wall here, put a screw here and a screw here. I put a level down here, make sure that's nice and level. I didn't put any screws on the right yet. I'll do that last. You don't want to tighten these. You'll see why in a little bit. But I did get this Leviton box, okay? I ran the wiring up through here. That grommet just needed a little bit of hammering, just one little pop went right in there. I set that box in there. I'm going to wire up the outlet. You can find out how to wire this on YouTube, on Leviton's YouTube. Very good video explaining how to do that. All right, now that I've got my box wired in, I did watch the YouTube video explaining how to do it. However, the instructions, the paper instructions that come with this were a lot faster and a lot more helpful. It's pretty straightforward. All right, so now I'm going to move on to the 2-inch extension framing that I bought for this. The reason I bought that frame is so that I could fit wider products. I have a AT&T gateway. It's about 4.5 inches wide. On my old 28-inch enclosure, the door could not shut. Once I install this extension bracket, it will shut just fine. So we'll get to that. All right, so I got this extender bracket put on here. I just needed to put the first 2 top screws in. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hang this on there and then I'll put the rest of the screws in after that. But this is very easy to make. Well, they send it to you in 4 pieces. 2 screws, 2 screws, same thing on the bottom. Okay, now I had those 2 top screws. I added a screw here, screw here, screw here, screw here. I haven't tightened this to the wall yet. I haven't put screws in here to tighten it to the stud, because what I want to do first is make sure that this is together, tight, and then I will secure the rest of this unit to the wall. Right now I still have the 2 screws holding it into the wall. All right, so I got everything put back in. I'm not entirely done securing the wires and cleaning everything up, but I got my internet working again. And plenty of room with the gateway. Shuts just fine. Looks awesome. So that's how it's done. Very nice. I like it.